What's up, everybody? Roger Williams here. Listen, I got something on my mind I need to talk about. Now, I just walked out the mall, right? And I'm walking down towards the finish line, and there's a line going from inside the store all the way outside the store, all the way down. You should have seen how long this line was. It was crazy. And I asked one of the guys, I said, what is everybody, in line for? I thought maybe a celebrity was in there or something. Everybody wanted to shake his hand, his or her hand. He said, nah, everybody's standing in line to get the Jordans. I said, what? To get Jordans? He said, yeah. I said, well, how much are they? He said, like 220. He said, I just got mine. He said, in the line over there, on the other side of that same store, people were in line to get the Yeezys. I don't even want to know how much they cost. But that line was so long. And you know what I thought about? I thought about when I was at the parent teacher conference. I thought about when I was at the back to school night at one of the schools that I do my mentorship program at, and how there are 800 plus kids in this school and only less than 40 parents showed up. I thought about the night that we had a parent teacher night and less than 6 parents showed up at the school. I thought about when I went and voted this past election. In fact, not this past election only, but the ones before that. How I just walked up and voted and there was no line. And I asked the lady who worked at the voting poll, I said, how many people have showed up today? She said, not many. It's a sad day in America where we can invest in stuff, invest in sneakers, pay all of this money for stuff that has no value. But we won't even invest in our own life. We won't even invest in our own children. We won't even take the time to come out and find out what our kids are doing in school. And instead, we treat school like daycare. We just drop them off and we pick them up. It's a sad day in America, people. We have our priorities screwed up. And that's why we failing. That's why we're broke. That's why we're behind. That's why we're working 80 hours a week, still living from paycheck to paycheck and still trying to play catch up. And it's sad. It's sad because anytime somebody comes along and brings some sort of structure or brings a voice that says, listen, we need to make change, we shut it down. Because we rather stand in line and buy tickets and buy clothes and buy sneakers and buy stuff that absolutely means nothing and has no value. It's sad. Billions of dollars literally go through our hands every year. In fact, up to $1 trillion goes through our hands in our community. And what do we do with it? We get it in our hand, and instead of investing it, instead of saving it, or investing in some type of business that's going to bring us, give us not only a legacy, but bring some economic structure and freedom, financial freedom in our life. Instead of doing those things, we rather go and spend it on stuff. And I just had to point that out. It's sad, man. It's sad. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. And I know I know a lot of you saying, well, I deserve it. I work hard, or my son is good. My daughter does well and they deserve it. But really, does your son really deserve sneakers that cost $220? Do you really think it's a smart investment to buy $200 and something pair of sneakers and you living from paycheck to paycheck? What kind of example are you setting? What kind of poverty mentality are you passing down to your kids by doing something like that? And we make it okay. So when somebody stands up and says, listen, this is not okay, we got to do better, we get offended. We get defensive instead of listening and saying, you know what? Maybe I do need to do better. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe there is something wrong with this picture. I'm just saying, just my opinion. Just something to think about. That's all. Something to think about. I love y'all. Dream chasers, baby.